Mwen konem kapab. Mini moun mwen table. Si mwen travay di pou sa. Rive kote mwen rive. I know I can. Bring what's out to me.
Moi-même, c'est Viviane Gilbert. C'est maman Shena. C'est maman ETE Camp. Shena commencé ETE Camp depuis 2009. Depuis 2009 là, moi engagé dans ETE Camp parce que ETE Camp c'est une organisation qui vraiment aide les gens dans hench pour ne pas rester dans la rue. Dans l'époque vacances là, ils ont côté pour aller pour information.
I think it's definitely given them hope, because I know a lot of them, aren't very well off. Just to know that someone else cares for them, like Shayna and the other volunteers with ETE Camp, I think gives them hope, even though they already have it within them, but it gives them more hope. More hope that they can do anything in life if they really put them.
Miss Shayna is a scholar. Nous sommes scholars. Est-ce que nous élèves? Oui. Est-ce que nous apprenons? Oui. Oui, parce que l'éducation a toujours aidé nous à une plus bonne idée. OK? Donc, dès que vous prenez l'école sérieuse, vous prenez l'éducation sérieuse, on a toujours une idée, on a toujours à son autre étape. On l'autre mot, qui ça qui work hard? Qui ça qui work hard? Travail dur. Why is it important to work hard? Who decided to work hard? Why is it important to work hard? Oui, ok, de vous travail dur, vous avez pour payer l'école, n'importe ça, vous allez organiser, vous organiser. Sous ça, vous va travailler. Est-ce que tout ça, vous voulez, vous faites? Est-ce que la fête? Non! Non! Ça va être très important pour vous? Travail. C'est qui nous ça?
Impact that ETE Camp has had on me, both professionally and personally, has been tremendous. I work with Haitian youth at Tech Boston, teaching English as a second language to them. And the students first arrive from Haiti, and they come to my classroom, and it's for many of them, it's their first exposure to learning English. So I was very excited to go and see and experience the country of which they're coming from. It gave me a greater sense of how hard the students in Haiti are willing to work, and how eager they are to better themselves and in the future better their country. And I could see immediately from my first day at ETE Camp the leadership within all of them.
I think one of the reasons why I became a teacher, or the main reason why I became a teacher, is to really have an impact on the lives of youth. And going to ETE Camp, it was so amazing being with a group of students where I knew every second that I spent with them mattered so much, and you could tell how much they wanted us there and cared about us, and that has really touched me as a teacher and as a person to realize how impactful that I could be.
It's the joy that I saw in the kids. I felt like I was giving to them, but so much of what they give to me still resonate with me today.
Donc, si nous gardons déjà ETE Camp à marcher, c'est sous compte c'est nous-mêmes, les mêmes liés, c'est famille. Et les parler de famille, m'a dit famille des deux côtés. Et mais impact lui-même, lui fait dans moi-même, c'est accueil ETE Camp gain, non seulement non participants yo, famille participants yo, en pile l'autre supporter dans pays étranger. Donc ça lui-même penser ça a un gros impact sur moi-même m'pas ta penser moi-même journée jodi an dans village n'ta gros superstar ça à cause de ETE Camp, à cause de Shena Gilbert qui t'est formé. Donc ça fait réellement gros impact. M'kado me respirer qu'on y à partir de ETE Camp. Tout j'aime penser, tout bagay net moi c'est ETE Camp tout vif, tout vivant qui défend.
Nice. Good job. Good job.
When I taught at ETE Camp, we went over a lot of basic English skills, alphabet, parts of the body, things like that, that they need to get the basic understanding before they can go on. And I remember then having the students during morning motivation get up and lead the activities in head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And they were just so proud and so confident. And it was at the end of my 2-week time as part of ETE Camp. And just to see the joy on their faces that they had the confidence to lead the group, they knew the correct body parts, and they were doing it all in English was amazing.
I think just within the week I was there, just their confidence and how much they were such visionary. It seems like nothing was impossible for them. They learned very, very quickly. I was surprised how much English they picked up. When they would perform or would present, I felt like they've been doing it all their lives. They were not afraid. Even in trying to communicate, it felt like they were almost like the language was not a barrier to them.
You know, as you watch the students over the summer, you see them, you know, at the beginning walking individually, and by the end of it, they're all walking together down the streets. Their demeanor has changed. They're more confident in themselves. They make the whole community more vibrant. It's such a great impact that the camp has on them.
I think it's just the way they just crowd around you. They're just like hungry for learning. They have so many questions, and they were just, that's what I remembered, you know. And I think there was something else that I thought about, how much walking they did just to come and get a little bit of learning. I felt like we were not giving them enough, but they were walking and walking and walking.
Pak li fè nan ti moun yo, ouè ti moun yo gen yon formasyon ki ede yo avèk leadership Shena ap bay yo a, yo mette l'en pratik. Paske yo pap mette uniforme nan pou yo pran la rou pou yo fè n'importe kalite bagay. Et si yo gen yon ki ka tombe, l'autre la relevé, sonje ou gen uniforme ETE Camp sou. Paske si ou faites tel bagay, monsieur n'a pas content non, ça vient bon envie travailler avec ti moun yo parce que yo comprend travail là, yo mettez en pratique Et puis ça, c'est une ambiance que nous pas capable blaguer comme ça. Parce que faut nous kembe, parce que yo même, yo compté sur nous, parce que yo prend une formation et yo mettre formation en pratique.
I see ETE Camp becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. I see ETE Camp blowing. When more people find out about this organization and the people who work in it, the people you work with, the people you work for, it's going to definitely become contagious. And you can't help but want to become involved. So in 5 years, I definitely see ETE Camp becoming larger and more popular.
We knew we wanted engineering. We didn't know quite what that looked like. Initially, we really wanted something tangible. We wanted to build something that students could, really to back up, we wanted a problem that was relevant to the students and that they could actually think about and actually create some sort of solution for. I think we realized that was actually quite ambitious, and to get all the materials, it was a little bit more than what we had thought about, and it turned into more of a just problem-solving class, which I think the engineering class sort of has to start there. You have to get kids in a mindset where they're open to solving and thinking about open-ended questions, and that's something that I feel like we struggle with our students every day too, is to give them open-ended questions and having them work on it. So it turned into really like, here's a problem-solving question. Figure out that there are 100 solutions, what could those be?
Por que está na trabalho? Pompom, por que está? Sugitação, mostrei plano ninguém. Nice. Nous aussi nous réaliser des plans.
We realized that we wanted to grow their critical kind of creativity thinking process. So for example, when we first began, I remember giving them the challenge of building a structure, and most of them, took out a ruler and they were very meticulously drawing one square on the paper, and everyone did the same one square. But after that challenge, they started realizing that you didn't have to only draw that square, like there were many solutions to it. So as the 2 weeks sort of evolved, we realized what we wanted to do was to really give them those opportunities to be creative and kind of come up with a bunch of different solutions for problems, and to get them into that mindset of being critical thinkers and being very creative with what they had around them.
Number 3.
Just getting there, and it was World Cup time, and seeing all the people crowd around TVs, to staying with Tonton Rico and watching him chase a chicken through the house, but I would say probably my 2 most memorable moments come from teaching the students. I was lucky to pilot an engineering program, and it was I think the second day, we had them do a challenge. So they had to build a structure to hold up as much weight as possible. And at the beginning, these kids were like any other students. They'd never done anything like this before, and you can tell that they were hesitant. They were a little scared to do it. They weren't sure. And then by the end, when we actually had the challenge, they were like on their feet. They were excited. They realized they could do it, and just the change in the students was amazing. They had so much energy, they wanted it so much, it was great. And then the other part of engineering, we learned about brainstorming. So they were presented with a challenge. So I think one of them that we gave them was, there's a huge mud hole in the ground, and how do you get over it? And I remember working with the kids, we had to sketch out all sorts of different solutions. And by the end of the day, I looked up and the entire room was covered in all these sketches that the students came up with. And that was just a wonderful experience for me.
Miss Blake's class? ¿Qué sabe on the Miss Blake's class? What do you learn in her class? Vocabulary. Oh, enjoy class. Bye. 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 Bye.
Really fortunate to get to work at ETE Camp both the summer of 2013 and 2014. I went for 2 weeks each time, right at the beginning of camp. So I got to see how students grew in the year between being part of the red group and the blue group and the green group, and the maturity that students acquired because of that consistent camp time did carry over more into their lives as they grew up into young people. That sense of empowerment and themselves as leaders, as well as the academic skills and the idea of education as joyful and fun, and to be part of a community and a group that's working together and that believes in young people as leaders seem to have a really strong effect on our sort of clan. You know, kids always wanted to come back. As soon as we got there, we had friends who wanted to connect and get more education, but also to tell us how they were and what was going on in their lives. So these are lasting connections, and being part of ETE Camp means you're part of a family forever. Young people who had aged out still came back, wanted to know how Miss Shana was. 16-year-olds still go in the parade, and then alumni help run the camp. So that's an incredibly empowering way to have the camp structured, so that leaders train one another, and really from the youngest person in the camp, everybody knows that they are part of the future and they are taking ownership of their present. So I think that the camp empowers young people, educates, provides opportunities for leadership, provides young people with the opportunity to collaborate with their peers, and also to experience education in a different setting from maybe from what they're used to engage with people from the US and different parts of the US and other parts of the world, and to exchange culture and to be the teachers for us who have come to visit and learn about their lives and their experiences. So it really provides a time for exchange and growth, of course for the staff, but I hope also for the students, and a way to have school be fun and exciting and rewarding and connected to something.
So this was really fun. We did an activity where we painted a wall. We did a wall mural where all the students kind of placed their hands in different colored paints, and they kind of stamped the wall with their hands. And so it was really cool to see the wall. First of all, the wall was white when we first started, but by the time we finished, we had all these handprints with different colors, and it was just beautiful to see the counselors working with the students. I mean, not the students, but the children in Hench Camp, in ETE Camp. It was beautiful to see how happy they were doing that simple exercise.
And I think the other thing that I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't wait to tell my husband, is when we were praying for breakfast the first time. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they're very serious about this, you know, but there was a deep sense of like, a respect for their God, a respect that they couldn't do this on their own. And they were checking each other and saying, you know, you need to be praying. And there was silence. There was just an order, because you could tell like a lot of the family values resonated. It really came out. I was really impressed. I was really impressed by their prayer.
Moment mémorable moi dans ETE Camp, c'est dans moment activité culturelle, dans moment récréation ti moun yo. Année passée ti moun yo gen yon football, c'est football là c'est ça net. Yo fait ou ri ou ti moun nan mette toute énergie là-dedans, et puis gon coach le Gary Gilbert qui habillé tant que c'est un coach professionnel, moi-même saisi. Les petits moun yo ouais Mr. Gilbert avec uniforme ni sou li content, yo dit yo pral ba yo. Et ti moun yo mette tout yo même. C'est pas dans football là seulement non, dans n'importe activité. Gen fashion show, ti moun yo vinn dans fashion show yo mette tout yo même, yo organiser affaire yo pour compte yo et puis yo fait ti comique yo, les a fait yo faut rire, ça vont bon plaisir comme si pour capable enjoy dernier moment.
And also to the drive to the waterfall. The truck broke down at one point and we all had to get out and push it. It was just so much fun. But I think it seemed like everybody's known each other for a long time.
Say hi at the Camp alumni. Say hi. First day of the alumni. Hello. I missed you. Hello. Wow. There are about 70 of them here today.
The future of Haiti is in the youth who goes to ETE Camp. They are excited, they're eager, and they just need the opportunity to learn and be exposed to the English, the leadership skills, and the knowledge. I feel like without ETE Camp, I would be missing out as well as the Haitian youth.
Grâce à bon Dieu, tout bagay toujours bien passé, ni pour nous-mêmes qui sommes ici, qui avons service là, ni pour moun yo qui recevoir les mêmes services là. Donc nous demandons coopération, nous demandons collaboration, chaque grand monde qui attend de nous, qui suit nous connaît. Moun qui commence à supporter yo, pas garder derrière, c'est continuer à supporter. Donc moun haïtien en général, étranger, depuis nous gain conseil, nous avons n'importe qui bel petit bagay nous qui semblait ETE Camp, pensez à Chena et puis entrer en contact ensemble avec nous. Vive ETE Camp, je pense que nous avons poussé pour plus devant. Merci.
You should come and help out with ETE Camp. It will change your life.